What up, it's your boy AP. I'm introducing this new segment, this new little video series part of my channel where I just review the newest albums and I let you know what I think about its production, its mixing and mastering, and just all around, like if it was fire, if it was fucking doo-doo. Right now I'm about to listen to A Love Letter to You 4, just dropped 1 hour ago by Trippie Redd. I got my boy Chris in the background getting hit in a little bit, but besides interrupting the video, he might pitch in a little, like, you know, opinion here and there. So before we get into the review though, don't forget, hit that thumbs up for me and subscribe, because I know you might forget to do it later. So please hit that subscribe button and hit that thumbs up for the boy, and I'll appreciate it. Okay, let's get into it. The first track, Lee Ray.
Could you not be you? The best part of us was me. When you got with me, you were a genius.
Okay, that was a cool little intro track. I feel like it was more of a, you know, just spoken word, but what he was saying was some real shit. The best part of you was me. That shit hit. Chris, anything? It's interesting. It was an interesting intro.
I mean, it sounded good. It sounds like
just like poetic. It was like some weird shit. It wasn't really a song. It wasn't a song, you know what I'm saying?
I don't know who that song was even about. I don't know who this whole album's about.
Comment below if you guys think it's about Alex or if it's about his newest ex, Coley Ray. Let's play the next one. This is the one he has a snippet of on his Instagram. When he dropped that snippet, I'm not gonna lie, I used to go and look at his page for this snippet because that shit, the intro was fire. For your love, don't wanna. That shit's hard. And the beat is hard as fuck too. I mean, the beat is fucking like low guitar. It's like really easy, and then just some drums. But I just thought it was a cool little guitar melody he did. One thing I will say about that song is he uses like the same lines that he used in fucking Dark Knight. Rolling around with the same clique. I'm with the gang, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's the only thing I really noticed that maybe I wouldn't have done. But besides that, shit was cool. Let's play the next one, man. This one's for my girl. Damn, that one was Lovesick. Bruh, I'm not gonna lie, I'm fucking with this album so far. 3 tracks in. This is the Trippie Redd that blew up. I feel like he's back to like the shit that really got him popping in the first place. This is the kind of shit that people used to fuck with him for in the first place, you know what I'm saying? That last album, I didn't really like it too much. I like Topanga off the last album, but that's it. This one is already fire as fuck. I feel like it's back to the love shit, you know, and that's really what he's best at, the love shit. And he's doing the cry shit, you know. He kind of like stopped doing that as much, but he's back to like the and that shit is, I don't know why, that shit's hard. So yeah, I fuck with this one. So let's go to the 4th one, Love Me More.
Internet money, bitch!
I've actually heard this song a million times because he released it before this album. So, I mean, y'all already know that song. I like it. I think it's pretty catchy. I'm not gonna blast it on repeat or anything, but I think it's a good one. I think it's pretty generic. Like, there's probably some moms out there that ask their kids to play this one. Some grandmas out there. It's pretty clean too. You noticed that, right? Yeah, it's just generic. I wish you would love me more, whatever. Let's go to the 5th one, Real Feel.
I don't give a fuck with that.
That was cool. Another guitar track. I feel like this album is really just a lot of guitar loops and shit like that, and I fuck with that. I fuck with that kind of concept. It sounds like some low-key, some Blink-182 like pop punk shit, like from back in the day, except a little more SoundCloud rappy. I like the mix. That one was Real Feel. This is one with Lil Mosey. Alright, so I don't know. This is just my opinion. I think that song is the fucking hardest song. Just my opinion. He could have left Mosey off that one. You feel me? Mosey didn't really add anything good. Number one, the mixing on Mosey's voice. Maybe it was a mixing, I don't know. The mixing was trash as fuck. That shit was lower than the actual song. I couldn't understand what the fuck he was saying. Maybe that's what he wanted, but I don't know. That shit was fucking trash to me. Little parts were off beat. Like, that shit was trash, bro. I'm gonna blast that song, and I'm gonna cut it, or I'm gonna stop it. I'm gonna skip to the next song. Every time Mosey comes, I'm just gonna skip it. But I'm gonna blast that shit until Mosey's part, for sure.
I love Trippie Redd.
This song was 6 Kiss with Juice WRLD and YNW Melly. I'm not gonna lie, when I clicked this song, I expected the banger off the album. I thought this shit was gonna be the best one. I said, oh, Juice WRLD and Melly and Trippie, this shit is about to go crazy. And I'm not gonna lie, it didn't go crazy. It was cool. Like, I could let it ride. Like, I'm not gonna fucking go out of my way and look up this song and be like, yo, I need to hear that 6 Kiss, dog. No, I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, bro, I mean, it was average. With Juice WRLD and Melly, bro, you're supposed to have a fucking hit. You're supposed to have a #1 hit. You got 3 A-listers, man. That shit should have been a fucking banger. You got 3 fire-ass artists. I just feel like maybe, I don't know, could have been better. I'm gonna listen to track 10 right now, Hate Me, and this one's featuring Young Boy, Never Broke Again. Alright, so one thing I can tell about this song right now, I fuck with it. It's, you know, I like the back and forth that they doing. That's cool. That's a cool concept. One thing I will say is that beat, we're about 60 seconds in, and that beat still didn't drop the fucking bass or nothing, you feel me? And I feel like, I'm not gonna cap, it could have dropped at like 30 seconds because, you know, that would have gave it a little, you know, that would have got me into it a little more, but it was just like, no beat, no bass. I'm waiting. I'm about to hit the wall. I'm waiting for it. The bass never comes. The wall is unfinished forever. I still never got to hit that wall, you feel me? So, whatever, man. I'm gonna go to track 11 now. All For Me featuring Smoke Perp. Let's listen to that shit. Yo, this one, I'm not gonna lie, like, it rides, you know, I could vibe to that. But what really made me start vibing harder was Smoke Perp's verse. I mean, shit, dog, that shit was crazy. Smoke Perp really showed up on this one, man. I think that the way he just came in, I think this was a good verse from him, bro. Like, I think Smoke Perp really showed out on this one, man. I vibed to his whole entire verse. That shit went hard. Yeah, it's a strong filler. It's a strong filler, and it's a really strong feature. So, shit, that one was cool. I'm listening to track number 12 now, Sickening featuring Tory Lanez. I think Trippie's part was fire. I feel like that was a good, like, you know how albums have up and downs and they have like those little slow tracks that kind of, you know, a little dark, and I feel like that one was pretty fire for one of those type of tracks. Tory's part was cool. I just was getting distracted because something about the auto-tune and stuff. The mix with Tory's voice, and this is something that sometimes happens with Tory's voice, is they completely cut all the lows out of his voice, and it just sounds like a fucking hissing cat, like I can't even make the noise, it's that high. They cut all the lows when they mix, and they just leave all the highs. I don't know, there was no fucking like life in that voice, you know? It was just mixed, fucking crushed. The vocals were probably crushed by compression. They probably took that auto-tune and they cranked it up to the max, and then when it was maxed out, they broke the knob and fucking tried to put even more auto-tune on that shit. They broke the auto-tune. They literally broke the auto-tune, man. That was too much auto-tune. Yeah, but that's one thing I noticed about the mix, and that's just my engineer ears. Y'all let me know if you thought that it sounded all right, you know, or let me know if you agree with me that it sounded like it was super high and that his vocals were just fucking like, okay, I'm gonna play track 13, The Grinch. Track 13, The Grinch, produced by Pierre Bourne. I mean, you heard it here first, guys. Pierre Bourne is one of the GOATs, man. So you already know that track's gonna be upbeat. It's gonna have a lot of 808s on it. I thought that shit was fire. I like the transition. If you noticed, we're about 12, actually we're about like, yeah, that was track 13, but around like 11, they started switching up the production from all guitar, and then a little bit of guitar and slow production, like synths and shit. And then track 12 was straight R&B, and then now track 13, we got rap. So I like the way that album kind of grew, you know what I'm saying? I like the way the route it took us on, you feel me? But yeah, let's listen to, bro, this guy got the Baby and, bro, Lil Yachty on the track, bro. Oh my God. I'm gonna listen to the one with the Baby and then the one with Lil Yachty, and then we done. I feel like that's a good one. I feel like that one was made for like a TikTok type shit. And it's got the Baby on it. The Baby's verse was straight, it was solid. I don't know, it might be a hit, I don't know. It might be a TikTok hit for sure. I might play it on my playlist. That shit was pretty fire. Now this one's M's with Lil Yachty and Pierre Bourne, and this is track 16. That one was cool. Just rode by, you know, it wasn't anything crazy that made me be like, God damn, it's a hit. But it definitely, I could probably let it play, you know. I could let it play in a car ride or something, you know what I'm saying? If it's part of a playlist, I'll probably not skip it. Actually, I don't know, I'll probably skip that one. But yeah, maybe in like a happy day, like if it's fucking Christmas or something, like Christmas. Yeah, bro. The recap of this album, we're about 16 tracks in. We listened to damn near all of them. There's 16 out of 21. I don't know, out of 10 stars, I would probably give it like a 8. I'd give it like an 8 for, in terms of Trippie Redd's other discography. I like this one better than the last one, way better. So yeah, that's gonna be my score for the album. I give it an 8, just because, I don't know, I thought that more than half of them were pretty fire, and at least like 80% were tolerable, you know. It's pretty fire, bro, I gotta give it to him. Maybe one of my favorite albums from Trippie. I think it was really good. I think the features were on point. He had Lil Mosey, Juice WRLD, YNW Melly, Young Boy, Smoke Perp, Tory, The Baby, Lil Yachty, Lil Wop. He just had a good amount of features, and I think overall it's gonna do good. I think it's gonna be one of his best received ones so far. That's just my opinion. This is what I think people wanted from Trippie, you know what I'm saying? I think they want this slower, emotional Trippie. I feel like that's what people fucked with in the beginning, and I feel like he's back to that, you know what I'm saying? Drop a comment and let me know what you guys would score this album out of 10, and why. And as always, don't you fucking forget it, hit that thumbs up. And if you're not already subscribed, subscribe.